we'll have this discussion.
Discussion? What discussion?
This is a discussion combustion.
Coming to you from Denver, Colorado, this is Discussion Combustion Podcast with your hosts, Kevin Batstone and Arthur Raw.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to DCPC. That's right. You see me sit in Arthur Raw's seat right now. Where is he? Where is Arthur Raw, guys? I don't know. Does anyone know where Arthur is?
Hey, yeah, man. We Irie on island time up in this motherfucker. Yeah, what's good, Kev? Man, it's good to see you, dog.
Yeah, you know, we couldn't miss a round of DCPC, so episode 159, we're doing a little different. Art, you're down there on vacation, man. I appreciate you taking time to do an episode with our listeners and our viewers and keeping this train moving, man. How has the trip been so far? Man,
first of all, our listeners are the best listeners, bro. Like, you can't hold anything to the support that we've received. So that being said, like, I will never miss a week of this. All right. This is an obligation of mine. It doesn't matter where I'm at. Like, I will be here. All right. So that's number one. All right. Secondary. I mean, I'm looking at the ocean right now. Y'all see the palm trees behind me, and dog, like, I had a moment on the beach earlier. All right. I'm just going to jump into this episode like this. So, like, we have a great group of people here, 13 people. We're here celebrating a birthday, which is a lot of fun. Her name is Jamaica. That's Craig's wife. We're celebrating Jamaica's birthday in Jamaica. And it's confusing the wait staff. But, yeah, man, the trip is great, man. It's beautiful vibes out here, great feels. And I'm just feeling really fortunate right now. I'm sipping on some I actually caught my buzz early on today. It took me a while last night, man, but cheers. It's good to be chatting with you, brother.
Yeah, cheers for sure, man. Having a cold Bud Light here back at the homeland, sitting in your seat. And I was doing a little research on Jamaica because I didn't know how far ahead you were than us here at Mountain Standard Time. And I guess what I learned is pretty interesting. You know, here's what's, I think, the craziest part is you're east of Florida right now, you know, geographically, but Florida is an hour ahead of you, which is quite bizarre.
I know. It's like, you wouldn't think that being here. And because of that, like, the sun came up super early today. I'm sleeping, and I think I'm sleeping in, and I'm like, dog, it has to be like 10 a.m. by now, right? Like, I'm just like, all right, like, I'm just going to lay in this bed. And then all of a sudden I look at the clock, and let alone and behold, it's 7:30 a.m. local time. So 6:30 a.m. Colorado time, and I'm like, all right, well, I guess it's time to get up and get after it. But it is odd how that works out. And so what Jamaica doesn't do the time change. So, you know, basically when we fall back, you know, so that's how it works. So Jamaica is 2 hours ahead sometimes of the year, but right now it's only an hour ahead of Colorado time.
Yeah, compared to the Mountain Standard Time. That's kind of what I was saying. A lot like how Phoenix does it, where in the wintertime, Phoenix is on mountain, or they're on, mountain time. And in the summer, they're on Pacific time. So in Jamaica's instance, in the winter, they're on Eastern, currently on Central time. I would not have guessed that. I was like, what time is it in Jamaica? Because I'm trying to figure out how to correlate these Zoom invites.
Yeah.
Your phone's not working out there. So luckily we got this thing to work.
Well, it works, but I just have it in airplane mode because I'm like shunning that. I'm like, no.
That's
right
good.
Now, and I'm on roaming with T-Mobile. I honestly don't know what my phone plan includes as far as, like, if I'm going to be, like, banking, if I'm going to have to pay, like, an extra $200 for being out here and while roaming, you know? So I keep turning it off, and I only, like, check in when it's crucial.
Makes sense. Well, you're on vacation. You don't really want your phone anyway, but it's amazing how much when you don't have it, you're like, oh, there goes the lifeline. How am I going to get in touch with the people back in the homeland? But you don't need to be. You're on vacation, brother. You should be enjoying it.
Oh, I'm totally enjoying it. Kevin, I love you so much, man. I wish you were here with us, bro. Dog, it's just different, man. It's different when you're taking time for yourself, and everybody needs a break. And I've been working super fucking hard, bro, for months, working weekends. And, you know, because I do legit, for all the listeners, I don't know if y'all know, but I have been working in logistics for a long time. And logistics is 24/7, 365. Like, I work weekends and all this shit. And it's just been great, man, to actually take some time off and just have some time to relax and, like, unplug. And I'm so happy to be representing DCPC from Island Time. I've been handing out some stickers, man. It's been great vibes.
Good to take DCPC down to the islands, and enjoy the vacation and still be able to tune in for the cast. So that's pretty cool, man. I'm glad we were able to pull this off because, once we get done here back in Denver, Colorado, we got game 1 of the Stanley Cup tonight, Art. It's going to be the Avalanche.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yep, and Tampa Bay Lightning's going down tonight. It's game 1.
Yeah, you talked to Nate over at Mile High Sports about that?
Nate is definitely doing a good job covering it on what he does. I was actually tuning into his sports show, which is fantastic, by the way.
Yeah.
Everyone
should check that out.
Yeah, Mile High Sports doing some really cool stuff, man. And I was actually listening to John Ekstrom's podcast earlier. He did a solo episode for talking about turning 40 and all that kind of stuff. And, he's teasing a really cool project that's coming up. And it kind of got me thinking that we could kind of tease a project we got going as well. And just really looking forward to it, man. I think we got some cool stuff coming down the pipe. Obviously, we can't talk too much about it yet, but it's something for the listeners and viewers to be excited about.
Yeah. So listeners, basically, or viewers, if you're tuning in and watching this motherfucking shit, yeah, John X, Kevin Badstone, John X from John of All Trades, I should say, Kevin Badstone from DCPC, and also Mash the Gas, and yours truly, Arthur Rock. We will be starting a new project together, so that's super exciting.
That's about all we can say. I think that's probably even more than John teased. So, just stay tuned on that. We got some cool stuff coming, and man, it's gonna be a great summer. Really, really great opportunities coming our way, brother. Just keep riding this wave. You're on vacation. You should enjoy it. We've worked hard this year. A lot of changes, a lot of things are going on, man, but things are going in the right direction.
That's the thing though. And this is what I've noticed too, is it's like bad things come in waves and so do good things though. So it's like, you should always expect there to be a speed bump, right? Like the journey down here, for example, man, like it was, no major speed bumps, but like you have to like go through customs, you have to go through immigration, you have to check your bags, you have to get your bags from, like there's all these steps, right? And there's so many areas where it could potentially fail, right? And so I've noticed in my life when I have problems, usually I have another problem that comes up, right? Like it's like problem and then problem to the second or whatever. But I've also noticed that it's the same thing for success. And when you're doing really well, like more than one thing is going good. And so just if anyone's struggling out there, like Kevin's been through his struggles, I've been through my struggles, man, no doubt. But just know that like if you just stay at it, like even though you got multiple issues happening, because it compiles, that like you sort that shit out, and then all of a sudden you're gonna have like 5 good things happening at once. So I've noticed that it's interesting because a lot of times a bunch of bad things happen at once, but also on the contrary, a bunch of good things happen at once at the same time. So it's like, that's living, that's life.
You got to ride the wave, like to say, Art. Do some surfing. You got to surf through the bad times, and you got to cruise through the good times. Climb up on that, get knocked down 7, get up 8. This thing's not going to be easy. There's going to be those hard times. There's going to be, just when you think things are going good, there's always another mountain a little bit taller to climb. We're never done. This race is never over. And I think it's naive for people to think, oh, I got it all now, nothing bad's going to happen. That's when you least expect it. Right when everything's cruising and going super well, there's going to be an obstacle thrown your way. You're going to trip, you're going to fall, you're going to stumble, but you're going to get back up and you're going to keep running. Yeah,
you got to expect that. Like, I know I've said this before on the pod, but it's always good to have a reminder. We might have new people tuning in, but like that's the thing is it's at my age, I'm 35. Kevin's 33, and happy belated birthday. That happened recently, so happy belated birthday on the pod, Kev.
Thanks, appreciate that.
Yeah, man. But problems are a part of life. Like there's always going to be problems, and I know you know what I'm saying, Kevin. But when there's a problem, you solve it. And when you finish that, there's another problem. So just be prepared for problems and be prepared for problem solving.
Yeah, it's like doing those Sudoku puzzles or crosswords. You know, you flip through the book and it's like, all right, I completed this one. What's the next one? What's the next challenge?
Exactly.
What's the next brain fuck that I got to work through? You know, and that's beautiful. That's being challenged. You know, that's learning, adapting, overcoming. And man, we've had a lot of that in the last year, in the last 2 years. You know, there's been a lot of obstacles and challenges that we've been faced with, and, you know, financially, relationships, friendships, living accommodations, you name it. It's been a grind, man. And I'm glad it's all happened this way, because it just, you know, the more shit and the more mud that you drops through, and the more bad times that you overcome, the easier it is to handle those similar problems. And you know, when they come around again, you know, when we were young, 19, 20 years old, I would just lose my shit and get overwhelmed about absolutely everything. And then it's like, as you get older, you know, you live and learn. We've heard all that cliche stuff, but it's really true, man. I mean, the more times that you've overcome something, it's like Steve Harvey says, your survival rate is 100%. You've made it through every single one of those bad times.
Mm-hmm. So true, man. And like, how do you know your character until you truly get tested? Like, that's the thing. Like I want people to like be rough. I want people to be rugged, you know, because life is fucking vicious, bro. Like, it's vicious. Like, yeah, I'm chilling on this dope ass like resort and shit, but outside of these walls, I was like, shit ain't no joke out here, bro. Like, I'm not gonna just go waltzing around like acting like life's all good out there. Like I'll get fucking jumped, robbed, and fucking maybe killed, bro. So it's like, you know, you have to appreciate what you have when you have it. And then you also have to appreciate the struggle when you have it, because that's what solidifies who you are as an individual, bro. Like we can't go walking through life acting like there's nothing wrong, because people are struggling today, bro. Like I had real tears on the beach. Like I was out there looking at this shit and I'm like thinking deeply, and oh, I had a moment, and I was straight up just dripping, bro, just dripping, but like smiling at the same time too. It was almost like, you know, tears of relief because I had a long road, something like that. And yes, I will get emotional on this episode, like everyone. But to talk about your point, yeah, it's so true, man. Like you shouldn't expect life to coast. Life is not for coasting. Like, you got to climb. There ain't no coasting in this life, dog. I mean, you can do that for a little while. Like, enjoy the stride of the coast when you can, because sometimes you're sliding, you're building up momentum. You can like coast, you know.
Well,
but you can't do that forever.
The thing about coasting is, as we all know, you know, you're typically going downhill. If you pop that sucker in neutral, you're carrying the momentum. But where's that head? It's headed down. You can't coast up. You're only coasting down. So if you're taking, you know, easy street and I don't want to work boulevard, you're cruising downwards. Eventually, you're going to have to start pedaling up. You know, You're going to have to put in the work. You're going to have to get out there and try to, how am I going to get to the top of this son of a bitch? Because coasting's not going to work. Now you're just stuck in a ravine. You just want to stay here, or do you want to get out? Right. And that's the way I look at it, man. And it's not easy for everyone, right? They get stuck in that little coast area. Oh, this works. I'll just stay here for a while. You know, I made it here. I'm not really trying to get up there. And that's fine if that works for you. But you know what? You don't know what's up there until you get up there. And everybody can get up there.
So true, man. Or maybe you did work really, really hard, and you hustled and you sacrificed time with your family or your friends, and like you really put in that work, right? And then you succeeded, which is extremely gratifying. But then you coast and you think like your previous success is going to help you continue to succeed. And that's a fallacy. That's a fallacy. Like, you always have to work. The work never ends until you are in the motherfucking grave.
That's true, man. You talk to a lot of successful people, and what do they do? And they're still working 7 days a week. You know, you look at some of the most successful people in the world, and they're working 6-7 days a week, you know, just because they got it made and they made the money and they have their name on buildings and they're, you know, CEOs and they have all these partnerships and investments. The work doesn't stop there.
Doesn't stop.
You know, it's good to take a vacation at Jamaica, unwind and rest, but then it's time to get back to work. And you're still working from Jamaica.
It's motherfucking Wednesday, dog. It's time to record. Yo, I'm on, bro. I am always on. And that's the thing is like once you reach that mentality, like, it's no question, it's no doubt. Like, you are solidified, bona fide, realized to fucking put in the grind. like, I know, Kevin, I trust you, bro. Like, you're the best business partner I could ever fucking ask for, bro. And because you work hard, dog, you do extra, you invest money, you do all the things, dog. Like, you make me better. Like I'm like looking at Kevin like, this dude working so hard, I better work hard too. You know, like, you keep me motivated, bro. And anybody who's not on that level of like consistent production, I don't want to say consistent grind, I don't want to say consistent work, I don't want to say it like that, but you're being productive daily. Like, you're doing something productive daily. Those are my peers. Those are the peers that help motivate me, bro. It's people who are really like trying to do the right thing for the right reason. I know you know what I'm going to say, even if it's hard.
Even if it's hard, doing the right things, even if it's hard. And I agree with that point. You know, it's about staying productive and putting an effort to, you know, elevate your productivity. And that looks different for everybody, you know, depending on what it is that you're trying to be productive in. But to echo off that point, I mean, we've seen it time and time again. You know, it's when you just coast and you don't want to put in the work, those are typically the results and the quality of life that come with it, right? How many times have we said you get out what you put in? And, you know, we're here 5 days a week, you know, we're growing the brand, we're trying to do things, we're networking, you know, and that's what it takes, I feel like, to, number one, for you and I to be satisfied with the product, because at the end of the day, the work we put in, we have to be satisfied with, which I agree. I think we both push each other in that area to work hard, show up, grind.
Oh, you
innovate.
definitely push me, bro. Like it would be easy for you to outperform people. And, you know, I won't, that's all I have to say, because you do outperform people, bro. And I've seen it firsthand, that because of the fact that you have a solidified work ethic, that people lean on you. And you know what? Like, the strong out there, like all the listeners, y'all know who I'm talking about. Like, if y'all strong, like, you get this, you fucking live this shit, that type of strong. We can carry these weak ass motherfucking people so far. But guess what? When I start moving faster than you, it's going to be hard to ride that coattail, bro, because I'm moving fast, baby. That's how I feel about that.
Yeah, it's a good analogy. And I just got an image of that in my head like a cartoon. But it's true. No, I get what you're saying for sure. And again, I think it's different for everybody. But at the end of the day, it's good to surround yourself with people that want to work hard, share similar values of, you know, productivity and trying to do things outside of just checking boxes. You know, we all need time to unwind and go on vacation and reward ourselves for those kind of things. But it's easy to get sucked into, I don't want to work city, and, you know, I shouldn't have to do that boulevard. And that mindset, it's difficult when you get there. I think we've all teetered in that area before. And just like the negative, I can outweigh the positive on the mind, right? You know, the negative thoughts can pull you down just as much as the positive can lift you up. And whatever compartment that your mind falls into and comforts you that week, misery loves company. We've talked about that, right? So if you're surrounding yourself with a bunch of people that don't want to work, bitch, moaning, and complaining about this, that, and the other, that's where you're going to be. That's the company that you're going to be with.
It's so true, man. And like, look, even if your friend group right now, like, let's say my friend group, right? All right. No, I'm just going to talk to the listeners straight up, because my friend group is hustling. I ain't even going to do that. But let's say that you have a friend group that isn't where you want to be, right? Like, sometimes you have to, like, be alone. Sometimes you need to, like, create that space and create space for yourself, so then you understand your mission. And once you're on your mission, once you have your MO and you're really rolling on that mission operative, then guess what? All of a sudden, you're going to start meeting people that help fulfill the needs that you have, right? Like, that's the thing, is like, you can never go at it like with any expectation other than I will. Like, I hate that overcomplication shit when you're trying to accomplish things in life, because, like, just the thought that I can or that I am capable, that's where your head needs to be at. Like, if you're overthinking all the little steps in life, like, you're never gonna fucking walk up the staircase. Like, you're afraid to take 5 steps, you're overthinking those steps. All you have to do is fucking walk up them, you know? So like, I don't know, that hits me on a real note, because I know that sometimes it's easy to overthink life, and I'm a total overthinker, and I've overthought myself out of a lot of opportunities, bro.
It's easy to do, you know, once again, and we've talked about it a lot on the show in a lot of varying degrees and different perspectives, but they all kind of share the same big picture. And that is, you know, when you talk about trying to find happiness and success, you can't skip a step. You know, there really is no shortcut. You gotta really take each step, and you got to appreciate the walk going there. Right. And climbing those stairs for the right reasons. You know, don't just skip steps or hop around because you're trying to impress somebody, or, you know, you're trying to live up to somebody else's expectations.
Yeah. Fuck who they are, bro. Exactly.
You're climbing that staircase for you, because you found something that you're excited about. And it doesn't have to be this big elaborate thing, just something that you have to have in this life, something that you wake up and you go, I really wish I could do this, that, or the other. Well, you can. You just have to take the first step, and you got to do it for you. Don't do it for, you know, your friends or your family, or to impress a significant other. Do it for you. And good things will start to come, you know, when you really can focus on that, focus on the things that make you happy, get you energized, and get you out of bed in the morning. We all have to go to work and sometimes do jobs that we don't want to do, and put up with situations we don't want to do. But you know what? That's part of the staircase. That's part of the staircase, Art. You know, sometimes those stairs get squeaky, you know, but you gotta step on them.
Yo, the foundation's slipping, but you can still walk up the steps, man. Doug, I mean, I'm so happy we're talking about some real shit, bro, because it's so true, man. Sometimes I find myself in normal, mundane conversation, and like, really, I wanna like talk about core level conversation, not that surface level shit. And you know, there's a bit of dissidence there, like when when you're really on your grind, bro, because most people ain't getting it. And for all the listeners, like, you know, 100% if you're actually getting it or not. Like, you know, if you're selling yourself short, like, even if you ignore it, even if you act like, because I've been there. This is the only way that I can say this. All right. I want to put that out there. Like, I did not give myself 100% for a long time. All right. And like, it hurt a lot of people. So what I'm saying is, like, if you really give it 100%, then you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Because motherfuckers get left in the motherfucking dust, dog. And I'm sorry I'm cussing. I've been drinking all day. But yeah, you get left in the dust trying to catch this bandwagon, bro. Because here's the thing, is leaders will do just that. We will lead. We will prevail. We will find a solution. It doesn't matter what the problem is. It doesn't matter if I've done it before or not. Just like Miles was talking, bro. Like, he gets it in. He gets it in, bro. Like, it doesn't matter what he has to record. He believes himself capable of accomplishing. And that thought alone, to have that thought of like, I'm capable, I'm able, I can. That's where I want everybody to be at. Like, I wish everybody was there, regardless of what it is, unless it's like, you know, murderous shit. I can kill this person. I'm capable. I can. No, don't do that.
Well, right. Yeah. Within reason, of course.
Yeah.
I get what, I think everyone can pick up on the point there, but yeah, I mean, it all starts with that. You have to believe in yourself, number one, right? And when you get out of bed, you go, I have it. I can crush today, no matter what problem comes my way. And who's kidding who? We're all going to have a bad day, a time or two. And you can't let that derail your mindset, because it's going to happen. I lose my shit in traffic in the morning sometimes still.
Yeah.
And usually those are the days where then everything else starts to go wrong. When because my mindset has already been, tampered a little bit. And then now every problem that comes my way, I just say, well, you got to accept it for what it is. This is how this day is going to go. And it's just part of it. I mean, we've seen it how many times, Art, we get in these binds, and it's like, then everything just kind of starts. It's one trip after the next, but half the battle is believing in yourself that you're going to overcome it no matter what happens. Right. Being able to remain cool during that interaction, which is something that I've worked on for 33 years, is not losing my shit. Because part of that, if you can remain calm, you can handle whatever. because, you know, when you start to get irate, nothing's really going to come about it. I mean, sure, people can sense that energy and they go, okay.
Embarrassment.
Usually embarrassment.
Out of that.
Yeah. It's not going to be productive.
Stupid as fuck. You whiling for no reason. You're embarrassing yourself.
Yeah. And nothing productive is going to come out of that. Just judgments and maybe even distrust. So, you know, holding your stuff together is step one. Knowing that you're able to conquer anything is step two. And then I think with that mindset, you can really enter each day going, man, I got this. No matter what happens, you know, here comes another problem. Bam, you smash that one. Oh, here comes another major issue. Slam, you hit that one with a hammer, you know, and you just keep crushing the game.
Bang it out, man. And yes, dude, you're so right, man. And like, it's like an echo chamber, because you and I, like, we're similar in a lot of ways, you know, and we're different in a lot of ways, obviously, as well. But like, you know, it's an echo chamber. That this is why we're solidified as friends, because our foundation, like, even though we're different in a lot of ways, like, we both like truly agree with each other, like, on what it takes to make it. You know what I'm saying? We agree on that. And what it takes to make it is suffering, is diligence, is consistency, is constantly pushing, rethinking if I did it the right way. Like, how many times have we re-innovated the podcast, bro? Like we keep doing new things. Like, we keep changing it up because we know we're not at our peak level yet, even though we've had success, even though we get 10K listeners. Like, that ain't shit. Like, we still have to keep moving, bro. Like, there's no fucking coasting here, bro. We are climbing the mountain. And like that Dierks Bentley song, there's another mountain after that mountain, like, however that goes. Yeah, exactly. I referenced that one earlier. You know, there's another one a little bit higher, so lace them up tighter, because you still got some work to do. And it's so true, man. You know, with anything, no matter what it is, I don't care if you're working an entry-level job and you're trying to move up through that ladder, it's going to take more work. Just, you know, you get that next, you know, spot that you want to be at, you know, it's just, you keep leveling up, and then you take that experience and make lateral moves to other places. And, you know, starting your own business is it's the American dream, you know, but it takes a lot of hard work, commitment, dedication, and really keeping an open mind. I mean, I think that's the big thing. You can't just jump into this world and think, I'm just going to do it like this. Everything's going to go according to plan. Bam, here we go. I don't care if you have all the money in the world behind you. You're still going to run into issues, and you're still going to have to innovate and improvise and change your plan from time to time. For sure. 100%, bro. You got to stay adaptable. I've had an old quote. If you don't change with the times, then you get left behind. It's true. And that quote is over 10 years old from my mind. You know, I'm sure other people have said it different ways, but, you know, you change with the times, bro. You stay relevant. But also to what you're speaking on, man, like, you know, to create a business and to work hard, this is not a temporary thing. Like, this is a lifestyle, okay? Like, if you're really about it, you really want to change your life. Like, I would not have missed recording Discussion Combustion on a Wednesday for the fucking world right now, bro. There's no fucking way I would have missed this. And that's because this is part of my lifestyle. This is who I am as an individual, bro. And it's like, whatever you do, make it your lifestyle. Like, fuck this half-assing, pussyfooting bullshit. Like, make it your lifestyle, bro. Like, make a change in yourself and stop thinking about what other people think, because who cares what they think? Like, I will go off on this tonight, bro. I will go off on this because, like, once I solidified, I will go off on this because of my own experience. Once I solidified who I was and started making big changes in my life, that was a lifestyle change. And guess who? I didn't care who they were saying or whatever. Like, I didn't care what anyone was saying because I was doing it for me. Yep. And it's crazy. Once you start really working hard and doing the right thing for the right reasons, even if it's the hard thing to do, like, you're going to change other people's lives just by walking your steps. And we've both seen that firsthand. And it means so much, bro. That it means so much, like that we can help people in a positive light. That didn't come overnight. It didn't come overnight, is what I'm saying. Like we had to work.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that it always comes back to one of the things that we push a lot, and that's, authenticity and genuinity, right? And those two things, staying true, staying humble, and not really listening to the noise too much. I'm a Patriots fan, that. And one of the greatest things that Bill Belichick coaches his players with is ignore the noise, because the noise is always going to be there. And that could be the naysayers. Oh, that'll never happen. What, you're wasting your time. You can never do that. You could never do that. You could never have this person. All these naysayers saying
it's because they can't.
It's exactly what it is.
They can't.
They're projecting their negativity. But the problem is that, especially nowadays, is people get very, very influenced by the negative naysayers and the haters, and they pull them down and they listen and they don't want it. So in their mind, they're like, I'm just better off not listening to it. That's nonsense, Art, because, since day one, we've had naysayers and haters with what we do. And it's been one of the biggest motivating factors is not to prove these people wrong, but it's more or less to say, ignore the noise, because the noise is always going to be there. I don't care who you are. And that applies bigger than just starting a business or anything. Just in general, if you're an individual that maybe hasn't experienced a lot of things or is unsure of themselves, just know that that's a part of life. You're always going to have some Yahoo that's going to judge you, that's going to look at you, think they know what's best for you, think that you're failing. Forget you're not proving anything to them. The only person you need to prove something to is yourself, right? That's what matters. And being true, stay true to your friends, be there for the right people, and they're going to be there for you too. And ignore all the bullshit, and good things will start to come.
Yeah, 100%, man. And who's the person's, all right, whose opinion do I respect? Whose opinion do I actually respect? You think about that. Like, I'm not asking for me, but I want that question to be presented. Like, I know whose opinion I respect, but to answer that question, which I want everyone to ask themselves, like, whose opinion do you actually respect? Because within that, like, you could hear a fucking 1,000-ton different opinions that don't mean shit. So, like, do you respect those opinions that don't mean shit? Nah, But here's the thing. It's like when someone is working hard, they're diligent, like they're organized, they are persistent, they are present. Those are the people that I respect. And when people like that tell me how I can improve, I listen, bro. I will listen to that, because doing that has helped me grow. Like, I've been doing that, and it's helped me grow so much. Like, when you have people that you respect telling you something, okay, I guess what I'm trying to say here is it's unhealthy to be a know-it-all. Like, no one knows it all. No one. Like, even with podcasting, bro, we don't know it all. Sure, we're successful. We've had success, but we don't know it all. And there is where you can continue to develop, because you're coachable, you're willing to learn. And like, those are qualities that are unteachable, because some people are so convoluted and caught up in their mundane, repetitive fucking routine, bro. Yep. And like, you gotta break that. Like, you have a sledgehammer and you trying to break some cement, you gotta break that.
Yeah, you do. And again, I think when it comes back to like constructive criticism is one of the things I kind of heard you loosely touch on. If somebody's out there that has experience, you should be able to sit down and listen to this person. If they're saying, hey, here's my advice, here's where I think you could, maybe not saying do it my way, but here's how I did it and I found success. There's ways to go about sharing and providing constructive criticism, because there's a big difference between that. And a lot of people confuse that with hate. There's two different things there. There's the flat out haters.
That's a great point.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen it in this business, the flat out haters and naysayers, and then the constructive criticism givers, right? And that's any business, that's anytime, anywhere. I don't care what career you do or whatever field you're in, or just even in social, environments. You're playing a game of pool, darts, whatever. If someone's trying to show you, hey, maybe try it like this, maybe they're just trying to help you. They're not trying to hate on your game. That's something I had to learn pretty young, because I used to, and I still get very defensive, Art, as you know. If somebody critiques me a certain way, it's like, fuck off. This has worked for me for a long time, but maybe I need to be a little bit open. Maybe I could try this different approach. Maybe that would help me. So it's all about the mindset and the approach to it. Because if you just completely block it off and say, this person's just a hater, possible, or maybe this person's just trying to give you a real good business tip or a piece of advice that you could apply to yourself that could really help you, elevate the game.
And I feel like when you're truly in tuned with your intuition, right? Like you're in tune. Like you're gonna be able to pick that out. Like you can find the people who are less invested, who are talking shit just to put you down, or maybe they're giving you criticism to build you up. Like, and to react to anybody's opinions about anything is weak. All right. I've said this a bunch of times. That's fucking weak. Be solidified. Like, it doesn't matter what other people think, but just because they think differently, there's plenty to learn. All right. So like all the naysayers, all the people who have objectively different opinions than mine, like I really open up my ears to them, because I want to understand, like, why is your brain thinking that way? Like, I love psychoanalytics and psychoanalysis and like thinking about all that stuff, like how the brain works. Why does it work that way? Like, what led you to that thought? Like, what does that sentence mean? The deeper meaning, like, why are you saying this to me? Like, what are you trying to accomplish? Like, that's how my mind works, bro. I'm constantly thinking about stuff like that, where I'm like, all right, they said this, like, what does that mean? How does that benefit them? Because ultimately, like, everybody's trying to do something that helps benefit their lifestyle or their life, right? So like you almost have to like approach things in a way where you critique it and understand the underlying mission. Everyone has a mission. I have a mission. Kevin, I know you have a mission. All the listeners have a mission. So if you're trying to accomplish that, then how will you talk to people and critique their dialogue to achieve the things that you want to achieve? So it works both ways. You know what I'm saying? It's a cyclical thing.
Yeah. And there's a lot of factors that play into that too, Art. I think that, we're pretty fortunate in our wheelhouse to have people that hold each other accountable. We'll call each other out and push each other all when it's necessary, right? We're not going to let someone slip and fall behind. We're going to pick them up. We're going to drag them and say, hey, keep running. You fucked up here. You tripped there. It's good to have that kind of, base around you. Not everyone's as fortunate as that. So for the folks that don't have that get sucked into the social media, something that I shit on probably almost every week.
We don't shit on. Okay. No, Kevin, we do not shit on social media. All right. We call out the negative effects of social. We're not shitting on it. We use it.
Well, of course.
We just call out how toxic it is at the same time. Like, there's green pastures in social media, no doubt. But like, it's also very toxic. There's fucking nuclear wasteland fields in social media. Yeah. So like, I don't know, man. I had to adjust that sentence. So I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I think
actually, I'm not sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
I think that I give it a 60-40 split when it comes to social media, just based on my observations week to week. It's been a great tool for what we do. The folks that follow us, thank you. We're going to continue to, do dumb videos like us throwing trash in dumpsters. A lot of fun. Just being real.
That was a lot of fun, bro.
Just being real. And I think that's when you, for the people that do follow us on there and see us goofing off, that's just us. That's us living and just having fun. And I think that's our approach to social media is this is what we're doing on a Sunday afternoon. We're drinking beers and that's us. And I think that's what I would like to try to recapture with social media. And I feel like 40% of it, 40% is that, but the 60% is the judgment, negative, fake, convoluted nonsense that everyone then compares their lives to, right? So I feel like if we can do some sort of good of just us having fun, being us, that's what my commitment to social media is. But also then keeping in mind that the 60% over here is always going to be there. And it's easy for folks to get pulled into and compare their lives to it and just be like, oh, well, I'm never going to be that. And it's like, you don't have to be that. Be this, be you, and be proud of that and share that with the world, because you being you and you're sharing with that with the world has much more, what do you call it, Art? It's the positive tractor fields than this fake nonsense.
It's so true, man. And look, like maybe the majority of people don't feel who you are when you're being you. But guess what? Some people do feel that shit. And so it's like, you know, like you got to cancel out the noise. And I know that's so easy to say, like all the naysayers, like who fucking cares? But the bigger thing is, like, I don't like to talk about the negatives so much. I don't like to focus on that. I'd rather focus on the positives. And the positive of this is that regardless of who you are, there are people who are the same way that you are. And they want to hear your story. They want to relate with you. And that's the thing, man, is just creating a connection with people and stopping division and segregation based on politics or race and all this bullshit, bro. Like out here on the island, bro, like these people are really, really genuine. And I've asked some people, I'm like, I know you're working right now. Like you have to be being nice to me because of that, right? Like, like, nah, Jamaican culture, like, sure, there's good and bad, of course, right? No shit. Yeah, there's always good and bad in every place that we visit, every place that we go in life. But the Jamaican culture, like they want to share and show love and yaman and like that means a lot since I've been here. Like I'm learning it. But the whole point of all this, what I'm saying is that like you need to be solidified in who you are, because there are other people just like you that want to accomplish the same goals or see life the same way. And so even though you may have naysayers or people who don't understand your path, there are people that understand your path. There are people that support you. Even if they're silent, even if you can't hear them, even if you never see them, they're there. And so I encourage people to like really walk your path. Like everyone's different. Like Kevin and Arthur and like all of our friend group, like we're all so different, bro. Like I couldn't think of a more like our group, if you really think about it, like we're all so different. Like we shouldn't be friends, right? Like, but we are, and we love each other, and we love each other fully and accept each other. And because of that, like everyone is walking their own path and confident about it in our friend group. And so even though we all are different, I feel like we're all learning from each other, because I see your confidence. I see how that's not me, but how you did that other thing, like that motivated me. You know what I'm saying? And that's our friend group. So it's like, you don't have to be accepted. Like Kevin and I, like we don't fully see eye to eye on everything, but we love each other nonetheless, bro. And I feel like that's really important is to accept people with different opinions so you can help yourself grow.
Yeah, and it really comes down to a level of respect too. I think you know the basis of everything is a matter of respecting the individual, and respect isn't necessarily given; it's earned, right? And that takes a long time. You know, you have to build a trust with an individual. Our friend group has been around each other for a long time, many years. We've grown together, we've fought together, we've all that kind of stuff. And I think that's a part of how you can really weed out who's going to be there through the hard times. Who your true friends are those people that you've built that trust and respect for. And every true friendship I've ever seen, personally encountered or others, they've gone through the trials and tribulations. I mean, I've been knows most of my friends. I've been in disagreements, but we always find a way to work it out, because it comes down to a level of respect. We don't have to agree. And I think that's something that's a good point to reiterate. And I think it's a good challenge for the week is to really.
Oh, you doing the challenge this week? Okay, I like this.
Yeah, I think that this week's challenge is to, not alienate people that have different beliefs than you or different visions than you, because there's a lot of that in this world. And there was a time where, we were really able to unite, even if we believed in different things, not just politically, not just religiously, just in life, different fundamental approaches to life, whatever the case may be. If you don't see eye to eye with someone, or, you feel like, I don't want to talk to that person because all we do is argue. Good. That's a good opportunity for you to learn and to better grow that friendship and or relationship, even loved ones, blood related relatives. I know a lot of folks that don't talk to each other because they have a different belief in politics. And I think that's ridiculous. It's absolute nonsense. We're all entitled to our beliefs. It's about how we treat each other and how we can learn and help each other grow, and some things are off limits. I get that. But the challenge for this week is to really evaluate these people in your life. And if you haven't talked to a good friend or a relative because you had a falling out over different beliefs, I would challenge you to reach out to that person and just see how they're doing, and challenge yourself to go, do I really want to alienate people just because they don't believe what I believe in?
Man, that's a great challenge. And it's a great challenge because it's beyond a personal opinion. It's out of the comfort zone, right? I completely agree with that, man, because I've learned so many things from talking to people that I necessarily don't agree with. Like, all right, I'll just Eric, my brother, bro, if I know he's been listening. So my brother, I love him to death. All right, Eric, I love you, bro. But he challenges viewpoints, and he's really good at it. He's great at debating and bringing up relevant information. But that's the thing, and this is the point that I'm talking about. Like even if Eric wasn't my brother, like if he was one of my best friends, like for you, Kevin, like we still want Eric around, even if like he might challenge us at times, because we're gonna learn something. Like I might not that evening, or I might not during this conversation or whatever, but like I guarantee you that this motherfucker is going to drop some knowledge at some point, that if you are open-minded enough, like you have to have an open mind, like you're willing to like receive new information. That I believe is one of the most crucial parts of humanity, is not being an old dog that you can't teach new tricks to. Like we all need to stay malleable. We all need to stay coachable, and we all need to like hear opinions that make us uncomfortable, because only at that point can you really decide like, where do I stand? And like, once you figure out where you stand, like you need to stand there. Like you got motherfucking cement on your feet and you're stuck in the field type of shit. But at the same time, while your feet are stuck, you solidify, but you're still blowing in the breeze. You're still hearing new opinions and shit. Like, and maybe you move those cement blocks a little bit in a different direction, because even though it's heavy to move, it might be heavy to change your opinion on something, but you should never close your opinion on anything, because then you're lost. Then you won't learn anymore. You've capped your knowledge on life and reality. And that is a shame, because we are all, I know ain't no cats listening to this. I know ain't no geckos tuning in right now. We are human, and we are the pinnacle species on this planet. Like, just to be born a human, you are already top dog, right? And so how do you become top dog with all the other top dogs? You have to listen. You have to strategize. Hear things that make you uncomfortable and not react. Solidified, bona fide intelligence. And like, I don't know, man. I could really go off on that one for like, I could rant for 5 minutes without you saying anything. I'll open it back up.
Well, I mean, I think that was a good echo off of the challenge for the week. And, just really surround yourself with people that that do challenge you and that do bring different viewpoints to the table, because otherwise, what are we doing? We're not innovating. We're not learning. And it's not always about being right and proving people wrong. I think that's a silly position as well. I think it's healthy to get around folks that, come from different backgrounds, come from different viewpoints, have different visions for the future, all that kind of stuff, because that's how collectively we innovate as humans. And that's how we've gotten to where we are now, is trial and tribulations, and, oh, that won't work, and, oh, this will work, and, working it out together, those opposing viewpoints. That's how we've done what we've done, Art. I mean, we haven't agreed every step of the way in what we're doing, but it's like, it's a give and take. It's a compromise. And, that's a step for, I think, a crucial learning piece to everybody that they're going to go through in this life. Because if you think you're just going to skate through this with people that believe exactly what you believe and 100% of the time, and there's never conflict and there's never challenges and there's never any of that, well, you're going to be, you got a rude awakening coming. So, I think that's shedding some good light on the challenge for the week, and, surrounding yourself with the good people, and, man, getting some vacation time in, brother. You're looking good down there.
Hey, man, I'm Irie right now, and I'm feeling real good. Like, yeah, man. And I want to learn some more of these slang terms, bro. Like, all right, y'all, come on. I got y'all on this journey. We fucking chilling in Jamaica right now, dog. Like, this is really serious. And there's beautiful views. We got, like, I don't know if you can see the ocean. It's beyond the pool.
Oh, look at that. That's nice.
You can see it right there. So, I'm chilling on the 4th floor right now. And I got a little tip on, and because I've been drinking these triples and shit. But, like, that's the thing about life, is, like, it comes, and it's going to come at you, bro, regardless of what you're doing, of how you see life or how you judge life. It's going to keep coming at you. And the only thing you can do is like really be solidified. Like, how are you going to overcome this negative bullshit that's knocking on our door constantly? Like, if you're watching the news, if you're on social media constantly, like you're just being abused mentally to the thoughts of the media. And the media wants to control us. Like, they want us to fall into a line. And so for all the entrepreneurs out there, all the entrepreneurs we've had on the podcast, like, that shit's fucking for real, bro. Like, you got to go out there and earn it, and like, and fucking deserve this shit, and like, break the fucking chain. Get off your phone. Like, your phone can be a great tool. Use your phone as a tool. But like, when you're constantly on your phone looking at social media and shit, and that's how I would ask, that's what I would say to, like, what's my advice to humanity is, like, get back to humanity and start chilling with people and having real conversations and interactions, and stop fucking pussyfooting around with this internet trolling bullshit.
Yeah. Solid advice, Art, for sure. Something that we echo on a lot, and something I think that needs to be reiterated a lot, because it's easy to get pulled into all that nonsense. So, as always, even though you're coming from Jamaica, man, we talked about some real stuff. We covered real topics, the kind of things that matter. And really, let's not keep checking boxes. Let's put in the work. Let's get out there and hustle, because it's go time.
Fucking work. Check those real work boxes.
It's go time. Let's not put this off. Let's get up tomorrow and go to work. Let's go get it done. What can we do better that we didn't do today? Don't put that thing off that you thought, I'll get to that on tomorrow. What can you do now? What can you do now to get yourself ahead for the weekend? Let's stop putting things off. The procrastination, easy to do. I've been there, done that.
Also, you got this. You got this. Whoever's tuning in, like, whatever your obstacle is that you have to overcome, I believe in you. Like, you got this. You don't have to know how you're going to do it. You just have to know that you can do it. That's the most important thing. Stop overthinking this shit. It's simple. You can. That is simple, bro. And I want to give a big shout out to my co-host, bro. I've been talking you up so much since I've been here. Like, Kevin's holding it down right now. He's hitting us up with the Zoom invites. He's gonna do the post-production. Like, I know this, and I trust you, dog. I trust that you're gonna do all this, and I have full faith in you. And like, there's no question in it. Like, I'm saying this like I know you couldn't. Like, no. Like, I'm fortunate to have a great business partner, bro. And for me to be able to record in Jamaica, and have full confidence that the episode will drop tomorrow, which is Thursday for y'all listeners, which will drop today, I guess. Man, like that's a peace of mind. That's a peace of mind, man. And I appreciate you so much, dog, as a friend, as a brother. Like, you're family to me, dog. Like, I will get emotional, you know, but like I love you, dog, and you know that.
Oh, you know, I love you too, brother. It's been a little quiet in the studio tonight without you here. That's why I'm sitting in your seat, keeping it warm. I got the fern over my shoulder. You know, I'm getting the A-Raw vibes. I will tell you, your microphone is a complete mess. Mine's way better, but it worked. It definitely worked for the night. And yeah, you bet. We're going to get this thing turned around. We're going to get it edited and get it out for the viewers and the listeners tomorrow. Good news is we're way ahead of schedule on time. So that's really cool. I'm glad we were able to get this done with you in Jamaica, you know, and enjoy yourself, man. You know, that's what vacation's all about. I got everything covered here back in the States. We're good to go. I know, man. And I feel so confident about that. And like, you've given me a peace of mind because look, you had the idea of Discussion Combustion, and I've raised that as my own child. Like, I adopted that baby, like we've said a bunch of times, bro. And like, I know my baby's in good hands right now. Is what I'm saying. Oh yeah, the baby's good to go. We're gonna get her dialed in for sure. So, man, enjoy your time down there.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna take care of things here. I'll see you in a week. We got a great,
Kevin.
Much love too, brother. You know, beyond blood.
You're so sexy, bro.
Thank you, Arthur. I can tell you had a few to drink. Heart's feeling good, and he should be. He's on vacation. I like your shirt.
I am feeling good right now.
Your shirt looks very nice.
The flamingos are really popping right now, doggy.
The sun's just starting to set. The night is young. Yes. Go have some fun on the beaches, man. You know, go have a good time.
Oh, doggy. I mean, look at the sunset that we catching right now.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
This is gorgeous, dog. Like, I couldn't ask for a better co-host or a better opportunity, and to be able to record this podcast via Zoom in Jamaica. Such a pleasure.
Glad it worked out, man. And when you get back next week, it's back to business. We got Brandy Whalen. You guys know her from the Hosted podcast. Our episode with her should be dropping soon. She's going to be live action in studio with us. This train keeps rolling, guys. We're going to be getting busier and busier and busier. So you know where to find us every Thursday. You follow us on social media. You're subscribed to us on YouTube. We appreciate that. We got great content coming your way. Guys, believe and achieve. Let it rip, Tater Chip. Own it. Arthur Raw, I love you, brother. Be good to yourself.
Love you too, man. You deserve it.